Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Marvel Legends series, the Wolverine 50th anniversary, the 2-pack of Logan and Sabretooth. As you can see there, we get the Wolverine 50 years logo. It says Marvel's Logan, Sabretooth there. Awesome looking 2-pack. We get this really cool Sabretooth, which is going to be the best one, or should be the best one. We'll kind of see how it goes on throughout the review. But big shout out and thank you to ToySnowman.com. I got the notice that he was going to be in stock, so I put in my order, got shipped out. So head over to ToySnowman.com. Actually in stock, available right now. So head over there, ToySnowman.com. They are based in Canada, but ships, pretty much everywhere. So check them out, ToySnowman.com. So Wolverine, we get some artwork for Logan there on the side. We get some artwork for Sabretooth on the side, looking really cool. The back of the package looks like so. They kind of recreated the some comic book style stuff, and it says for the bio, as regenerative mutants involved in the Weapon X program, Sabretooth and Logan's feud continues long after Logan's escape. So there we go. Let's get this thing open and take a look at those figures. Okay, so here are the two figures out of the package, and yes, this is a really nice set. The Logan is pretty cool. Do we need another version of a Logan like this? Yes and no. No, because we've kind of gotten a Logan similar to that. We got one Logan with a cowboy hat there. I would say this one, the new one, is definitely better, but it uses the same legs and everything like that. We do get a new upper body, and we do get some new head sculpts that are a whole hell of a lot better. And so, if you had this one, this one's definitely an upgrade for sure, but, whether you need it or not, who knows. But the Sabretooth in question, do we need that Sabretooth? The short answer is yes. The long answer is hell yes, because the previous one that we got was, at the time, like, hey, cool, we got it, right? But that was, like, not very good. It's Hyperion body mold, which really sucks. Just was still a little undersized. Not exactly what we were kind of hoping for, looking for, right? So, if you got that one, cool at the time-ish, right? Better than nothing, better than what we had. Did we even have anything, right? But it was cool. But this guy, oh, buddy, it looks to be using the Omega Red body. And one other Sabretooth that we had gotten fairly recently was the Age of Apocalypse one, which really gave us the size of Sabretooth that we really wanted. And now here we have the look of Sabretooth that we really, really want. So very exciting, very cool. Sabretooth comes with an extra head. Logan also comes with an extra cowboy hat wearing head. Why we get two different ones, I'm not really sure. The hats themselves are different. The expressions are technically different, although not very different. There's a little bit of a grin on this one. That one is just, kind of straight stoic faced. We get an extra set of like grip hand, one grip hand, one open hand for Logan there. He also comes with these really cool playing cards. You got full house, so 7 over queens, right? 3 7s, 2 queens. And look at the belly. Look at the back, says Xavier on there, so that is pretty cool. And then Sabretooth also comes with an extra set of hands. So he's got a grip hand for his right. He's got this like straight up open hand there for his right, and then he's got a somewhat grip hand, and then the left kind of has a pointing hand, and then just kind of a more open hand there. No fists for Sabretooth, unfortunately, so it would have been kind of nice to get fists for him, but unfortunately we do not have that. We'll save that for a single carded release of this Sabretooth somewhere down the line, because we know how Hasbro operates. It's very likely that will happen. And you know what? I'm not even going to be that mad at it, because this is such an awesome figure. So it'll give a chance to people that either pass on this 2-pack, don't want it, or later on, didn't get the 2-pack, and then it's hard to get, it's pricey, and then it gives other people a chance to get the Sabretooth. However that works, but we know that's how it's going to go down, right? But anyway, let's get into it. We're going to take a look at Logan first. I'll try to go quickly through that, because really the star of the 2-pack is Sabretooth, even though it's a Wolverine 50th anniversary 2-pack. It's really all about Sabretooth. Victor Creed, for sure. Okay, so here's an up-close look at Logan. And again, these head sculpts are really, really nice. Now, if we look at... Oh, where's our old Logan? Not so good, right? Comic booky look for sure. At the time, pretty good, but now, like, the sculpt, there's just much more detail in the facial expressions, the chin, the double chin, just kind of the wrinkles in his cheeks and things like that. It just comes out looking so much better, as you could see there, like more realistically proportioned as well. Just so much better. And then the digital print, of course, just naturally looks just, yeah, way better. I like the hat on this one too. The hat looks good. We got a similar hat to kind of this other one before, as you can see the different head sculpts. I will pop the one with the black cowboy hat onto this body, but I know people are going to wonder, like if you had the older Wolverine, well, these new ones fit on those old ones. The skin tones are not going to match, which is definitely a problem, but hey, it does still pop on there, although it sits a little high, and then the head being kind of smaller, it looks a little bit funky because the torso is a little bit bulkier, but it's not terrible, but it does work. It does pop on there, so you guys know. That is something, if you want to try that, you can give that a shot. I will pop this head off there so you can see this one on there. This one has the slight grin to it. I think I like the stoic one with the brown hat a little bit more than the black hat. He's wearing, you know, black or brown belt, brown shoes, so the brown hat I think looks a little bit better than the black hat. But there we go. Looking at the rest of the figure, pretty good looking. Got the butterfly joints. No butterfly joints, excuse me. I don't know why I was thinking that. It's different because we get a diaphragm. All the other ones, you know, always had the ab crunch. But we do get a diaphragm on there. The neck piece, as you can see there with the exposed chest, it looks like it's a separate piece glued on in there because the color is actually quite nice. And we get some painted on chest hair. We get painted on arm hair and even on his hands, which is a nice touch. And looking at the extra hands, even though the claws aren't popped on them, as you can see, they did paint hair on there, but they didn't go up to the knuckles because that's where those blades would be coming out, you know, cutting up, shaving off those hairs to begin with anyway. But yeah, there we go. Again, I like this head sculpt a little bit more, but you know, this one does kind of work as well. To swap the hands, you just pull on them, as you can see there. We can put this grip hand on there. It's got a vertical hinge on there, surprisingly, but you could use this hand to hold the cards that he's got. You know, if he's playing cards, you know, he's not going to want to show you his hand, right? So you can have him playing cards. One of the big things that I really like about this Logan figure are these claws. So looking at the claws, and I wish I would have kept the right hand on there because these claws aren't perfectly like separated like it was on the right hand. So let's put that hand back on there because this one came out really nice, not warped in any way, perfectly like separated. As you can see, they're all straight. But I love these blades. These are new blades. The old crappy ones, like crappy ones, as you can see there, just look how small and thin they are. These new ones are just really nice. I really like the way they look. The X-Force ones were great as well. While a little large, they were quite nice. But man, these ones are somewhere in between and just so nice. Now, it sucks that you get awesome Wolverine figures like this one. Can they be swapped around? I don't typically like to do stuff like this, but we gonna do it. So, the claws do pop out. As much as I don't want to do something like that, it must be done. So there, like so, it looks like maybe, just maybe, it's something that can work. And nah, shit. Nope, that's not gonna work. That ain't gonna fly. It's too big. But man, I would love for all the Wolverine figures to have these nice new claws. What a shame. What a shame. What a shame. Because man, these are nice. I hope this will stay in there for good and not like freely pop out or anything. Looks to be okay. But yeah, anyway, very nice blades on Logan. Okay, so looking at Sabretooth, we get two head sculpts, so we get the smiling one and then kind of the growling one there. The smiling one looks pretty good. I like the growling one a lot more because it's done quite nice. As you can see, you know, the actual open mouth and everything. So it looks pretty good. We get some crazy-ass sideburns. We've got some crazy-ass eyebrows, and then his hair kind of sticking out over the cowl there. Looks pretty good. We got this fur on there. There's a little bit of shading on there. As you can see, kind of gets a little bit darker here in the front. You don't really see so much in the back, but there is a little bit there, which is quite nice to kind of get that fur neck collar. Because, again, looking at the previous one that we had gotten before, I didn't care for the grayish color. I like more tan color. As you can see, the suits, you know, really are the same. It's just different color browns. You know, we get a much darker brown. We get this lighter brown here. This one's just, yeah, So nice. And then I want to get back to the growling head, because was it this one? Yeah. So the way Hasbro did things before with their head sculpt. So looking at this growling head, as you can see, you know, the inside of the mouthpiece is a separate piece there. But it looks good when you zoom in and look inside the mouth. Good clear separation in there, good paint with the teeth and his tongue and everything in there. The way they had done that before, as you could see, and then this one actually did a really good job bringing out kind of the red around his eyes. But that jaw piece was a separate piece. So you could see the seam line there. That's how they did it before to make it that open mouth look. Now they can do it so much better. It's just, you know, I don't know how many years ago this one came out, but, you know, makes a big difference over time, kind of what they were able to do. We do get new arms in here. As you can see, he's got these like spike parts as kind of the gloves on there. And the gloves look to be kind of a separate piece. The sliding over there might just be like a newly sculpted arm, but anyway, double jointed pinless elbows on there. Unfortunately, we do have pins on the legs. I'm not sure if these legs, they might be the same as Omega Red. I didn't pull out Omega Red to kind of take a look. It's not the same as the Age of Apocalypse Sabretooth. This guy is just a whole hell of a lot bulkier and bigger, and even taller, as you could see. So not the same there. I just wanted to do a size comparison so we could see it, but an awesome looking Sabretooth, in my opinion, that I am just extremely happy about to now have. But yeah, there he is, looking really good. Like it. I love it. Okay, so going over the articulation, I do want to point out something that I didn't do in kind of the zoomed in look at Logan. So we're going to zoom in a little bit, and I want to show you guys how they did the elbows. They kind of painted a little bit of that skin tone in there because it reaches beyond the sleeve and into the forearm. So just so you are aware. And then it's got probably the ugliest bend and an elbow that you've ever seen, because when they do these thicker arms, especially sleeved arms or jacketed arms, they end up looking bad. This is probably the worst I've ever seen Hasbro do it, though. It's just really bad. The only solution to prevent this probably just would have been a single jointed elbow. I like double jointed elbows more than single joints, but maybe in this case a single joint would have worked out, because this is just straight up really ugly. Now, realistically, are you going to always bend the arm this much? No, probably not. And then you might be able to, you know, hide it like face on, right? You're not going to see that back part, but it is still really ugly. Just so we are aware, let's get that out of the way. But let's go ahead and go over the articulation. So the way the neck is designed, it doesn't actually allow for a whole lot of movement getting the head to go up, which is a little unfortunate. So it's just kind of the back of the hair hits the collar of his shirt. He can look down quite a bit, though, which is good. You get side-to-side motion in there. A little bit of pivot, not a whole lot, but you do get a little bit. Arm does go straight on out there, full rotation. In their upper bicep swivel, double jointed pinless elbows that are ugly. Wrist swivel, and they do hinge. They all have the standard horizontal hinge, except for the grip hand for the right does have the vertical hinge on there. Something new is we actually get a diaphragm cut here for Wolverine in this shirt, which is quite nice. Let's see, I'm trying to get him to tilt, and he's not going to tilt a whole lot, so that's as much to the left. Okay, so we get some more on the right, so maybe I'm just not, you know, giving it its all. Definitely seems to be able to go to the right more than the left. Going back is not really a whole lot there, and coming forward isn't really a whole lot. You get a twist there at the diaphragm, but we also get a waist swivel in there. Legs go out that far apart, not a whole lot. He can kick forward really high, though, which is good. The leg goes back ever so slightly. You got an upper thigh cut in there. Double jointed knees. As you can see, we do have pins because we have seen these jeans used quite often. There, you get a ankle swivel in there. Foot hinges down a little bit. The foot goes into the jean pant leg a little bit, so it doesn't allow to go all the way down. You get some hinge up, but the pant leg is going to stop it from going any more than that. But we do get the ankle pivot in there, and there are peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So okay articulation for Logan. You know, when he's wearing a suit like this, how many dynamic poses are you probably going to get him in? Not sure, but you know, again, does actually look really good. But now we're going to get to Sabretooth. This is a big boy. What can Sabretooth do? He can't really look up, unfortunately. So he can look down, which is good, but up, that collar fur piece, it ain't gonna happen. You get a little bit of rotation in there, and then you do get some pivot on the neck. The arm you can get to go straight on out like so. There is a butterfly joint, so you can actually get the arm to go back a little bit there, and as you can see, that pec part just kind of comes out and pushes this out a little bit, so just so you are aware of that. There should be somewhat coming forward to allow for some crossbody. Not a whole lot in this case, because the fur is going to, you know, kind of hinder that a little bit, but it also hides it really well, so it doesn't have, you don't have the ugly cut in there, so that's kind of cool. You get an upper bicep swivel in there, double jointed pinless elbows, as you can see there. Wrists swivel, and they do hinge. Standard horizontal hinge on all the hands. Yes, standard horizontal hinge on all the hands. We get an ab crunch, so Sabretooth can crunch forward that much. He can crunch back a little bit there. We got a waist swivel on this guy. Legs go out that far apart, not a whole lot, to be honest with you, but he can't kick forward really high, as you can see there. The leg doesn't really go back. You got an upper thigh cut in there, double jointed pinned knees, as you can see there. No calf swivel, boot swivel of any kind, but foot hinges all the way down, all the way up, or a little ways up. Ankle pivot, and you got peg holes at the bottom of the feet. The pins on Sabretooth are not going to bother me on the legs because it's all yellow on yellow, yellow on yellow, yellow on yellow, yellow on yellow. So it doesn't break up the color at all. So I am completely fine with it, but I know some people don't like it. But there you go. Sabretooth, he can move around. Okay, so for some side-by-side comparisons for you, we got a couple of recent releases of Wolverine. We got the training blue and gold suit, and then we have the Xmen 97 from Wave 1. Wave 2 is out now. So you could kind of see the difference. Now, this head sculpt isn't, the skin tones aren't going to match or anything there, but this one I think would be a pretty good match. So, you know, this Logan only comes with two heads that both have hats on them, cowboy hats on them. The hats are not removable, but do we have an unmasked Wolverine head that will work on this body? And let's see how it will look. What I'm worried about is that the head's going to look a little bit small on there because the hat will kind of hide that a little bit. And yeah, it's a little small. I think it works okay though. It doesn't really get in the way. Skin tone matches fairly well, so that is an option there. If you want to go the Xmen 97 head route, you can do that, but or maybe we'll see. But the skin tone just doesn't match, so I'm not sure. Yeah, the head size-wise, I think works really well, but the difference in skin tone is just kind of like yikes. You know, could you fudge it? Not really. It's pretty noticeable. You would have to paint the chest, probably have to paint the arms and stuff like that if this head sculpt is something that you want to do. Because again, it's a little bit bigger. I think a little bit more proportionate for this body. Okay, side by sides of Victor Creed, we have our different Sabretooths. Again, these are supposed to be the same version, but as you can see, we get a major upgrade here, and then the Age of Apocalypse version is just massive. Dude is bulky as hell. As you can see, he's just wider, he's got thicker legs, he's got thicker arms, everything. He's taller, but, you know, this one's still going to be the greatest one. This one's good. It's good, but man, this Sabretooth right here is just awesome. Everything you would want a Sabretooth figure to be, Hasbro killed it on this one, and I am absolutely in love with it. Definitely a top figure. For me, the best Sabretooth, hands down. The Logan is really cool too, to get it in the 2-pack, but if Sabretooth was by itself, that would be even better. But, you know, one day I think that would happen. But as for now, we got the Logan and the Sabretooth pack, and it's worth it just for the Sabretooth. Although, you know, you are going to be spending, you know, $50, $50+. You know, it's nice to get the Logan figure on top, but the Sabretooth is pretty awesome. So you guys let me know down in the comments below, what do you think of this Logan and Sabretooth 2-pack? Again, it is available right now at toysnowman.com. So link in the video description below. If you use that link, that gets you a 5% off coupon code and your Frost rewards for all first-time buyers. So make sure to check them out. Link in the video description below. toysnowman.com. Logan and Sabretooth 2-pack in stock now. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this 2-pack. What do you think of the Logan figure? What do you think of the Sabretooth figure? Let me know in the comments below. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching.